Okay, two things to go over. One's nothing really to be concerned about. Just little like the parts you got were a little different than what you were expecting. So I've done the front brakes. I haven't done anything with the rear brakes, at least as far as replacing them, because you had gotten disc brakes, drum brake, or I'm sorry, pads for disc brakes. You don't have rear discs, you have rear drums. Now, also, they're not worn out. They are a little unevenly worn, but again, they're still completely good and usable, so it's up to you if you do want to replace them. If you do, you'll want to get more than just the shoes. There's shoes, there's what's known as a brake drum all-in-one kit, and there's what's called a wheel cylinder. You should get all three of those whenever you have drums done. And also the work is more expensive. It's for that one it's 150 instead of 100 because there's a lot more work to it. For instance, the brake drum all-in-one kit is all these little springs and stuff that are in here. Those get worn out over time, and they are a pain in the ass to take off and to put on. The shoes are these things here. And then the wheel cylinder is this, what kind of presses them out. And those tend to wear out a lot too, just so it's something you always should, like, don't see any sign that anything's wrong with this one, but you just should always, when you do this thing, do all that. You will run into a lot of people that just don't like drums. That's why they tend to be, they're not as good as discs, but they tend to be more easy to fix. But again, it's nothing big, and also, again, you could skip it now if you want to. Like I said, this is the shoes, and this is the material. So they've still got wear material. They're still in good. I did say, it does seem a little uneven, like it's wearing a little more at top than at bottom. Which, if we replace the parts and do it all in one kit, that would fix that where it does evenly. But again, it's still good, still usable. So it's up to you if you do want to get parts of that replaced or not. But yeah, as far as like if you're worried about stuff like noise and stuff like that, that would definitely be in the front, and they are replaced now. So again, like front's done, I haven't touched rear, and that's why. But again, that's nothing serious. That was just, again, like you brought it for this, but had wrong parts, so we can't do this one, but we did that one. But now the other one, now like I said, I never found any sign of anything on the oil. Like I didn't even find signs that it would be consuming it, like eating it. Even the block and the head seemed just flawless in how everything's running. I even did a compression test. But now the spark plug thing, now, I mean, this could even be wearing spark plugs and coils out, or also it's entirely possible that your old coils and plugs weren't necessarily worn out, but you were getting misfires, and that's what people told you to replace, and you did, and just having maybe even better ones are kind of making up for this. But you do have a problem that is going to make the car run poorly, and could have been, and was causing misfires, and probably is what led to, replacing that. But spark plugs and all that would never fix it. And the best way to describe it, yeah, I've got it all pulled apart because it's in those holes down there. The best way to describe it, it's one that was, like, I even thought maybe it was a high-performance German car thing, but no, it's a new technology that wasn't quite done right at first. Like, I first learned about it on that Audi over there in my GTI when I had that. But it has to do with direct injection, which this is one of the biggest signs of that, high-pressure fuel pump. Direct injection injects underneath the valves instead of over them. Why that matters is because gas actually acts as something to clean, like a solvent. And so in almost all other versions of cars, it was cleaning the valves at all times. They didn't think of direct injection went underneath them. They didn't think about that. The valves get nasty, and it's something that requires an expensive thing to do, but yeah, you see in that hole those things on the stems that are real just gross and covered in stuff. Those are valves. They're covered in carbon. I'll send you pictures of what valves normally should look like, even in a used engine with plenty of miles on it. And again, it's so that I've had a problem with in my Volkswagens, but then also I have a Hyundai Santa Fe, and my Hyundai Santa Fe does it too. You have to get what's called a walnut blasting to get it fixed. It is an expensive thing. When I first ran into it, I was charged like $1,000. I thought I was getting ripped off, so I learned how to do it. But even I would charge 500. It's that big and that messy of a job. But also, it's not something you need often. So I don't think it's something you have to be doing to your car regularly. Like say you're at 150,000 miles now, I would say it needs to be done about every 50,000. So yeah, it's overdue because this older car got a lot of mileage on it. But no, it's not something you're doing frequently. But yeah, just as far as it running poorly, poor gas mileage, misfires that keep leading to spark plug replacements, all that. That's all that. And it is a big job. Like I said, it would run about $500, and it would take me I'd have to have the car for a couple of days. It's a big, messy job. But that's what would take care of that, and you would notice a huge difference. Gas mileage would improve, car would be faster, more powerful, everything. And you stop having to mess with these. Again, I'm starting to wonder if maybe your old ones weren't that bad, and it's just that they're having, basically it's like your engine can't breathe at all. It's like it's completely congested. And I think that they keep trying to replace these, maybe thinking that's the problem when really that's it. But that's it there. And like I said, as far as everything else, I've picked this motor from top to bottom. Whereas that's just a older, like when Direct Edition first came out, that's just a mistake the company's made. That's not, in other words, that's not something anybody did wrong, or anything as far as maintenance or anything that done wrong. That's a mistake from the designers. But like as far as how everything's taken care of, this is actually one of the best I've ever seen. I can't find anything wrong at all. That's why I was asking you more questions with the oil. I can't find any reason why it is going anywhere, because I can't find any reason it should be losing a drop. That's even why I'm kind of wondering about those places, if maybe they've been shorting you on oil, and because I have seen that. Like that was why I mentioned Walmart. I have a customer right across the street, and one time I was having a lot of problems with her vehicle, could never figure it out. Her vehicle shut itself down if it didn't have enough oil, but it also wasn't bringing it up on the dash. It was never telling us, and I just hadn't checked that because I didn't touch the oil, so I didn't think about it. But then we finally checked that, and yeah, Walmart had shorted her probably about half of what she's supposed to have, almost 3 quarts. Fill it up, and the car worked perfectly. So that's something I'm going to kind of watch now. Now we're going to get a new oil change. I've already got the old stuff out and all that. Get it done, and see if maybe just that was it, because I don't see any reason for that. But yeah, as far as performance, it's a direct injection thing. And again, it's all 4 cylinders. Each one's got 2 valves in it, so a total of 8. So all 8 of them are carbon loaded, and they would just need a full walnut blasting whenever you want to set that up, if that's something you want to do. Because again, I understand that's a big, expensive job. But yeah, that's what's going on with your performance that I really think is what's made them keep suggesting your spark plugs and coils all the time. I think really they're fixing this when this is the problem.